Strangely, I'm not as mad at Nick's betrayal as I thought I was going to be, and I think it's one because of that one commenter. I will talk about you. And two, because I've been dreading this for a while, so when it came, it was like, okay, I can deal with this. This is manageable, but let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Joe and this is the channel of Delusional Theories where I review all of your favorite TV shows. All of them. Today we will be talking about The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 6. And to that one commenter, I will put your comment right here. You scared the living shit out of me because when you commented that, I thought, oh my god, it's true. Nick was with them from the beginning. And then we had, my god, the scare that you gave me, because then we had that flashback of them in bed together, which I think was recorded now, right? I don't remember. Talking about going to Paris and whatever the hell that was. And I was dreading it. I was dreading the end of that flashback because I was thinking, oh my god, are they going to reveal to us that Nick was like a mole for them all along? Are they going to reveal to us that their entire relationship was fake because Nick was just spying for them? The scare that you gave me, Jesus. But anyway, we finally get Nick's betrayal. I feel like everyone was kind of expecting this a little bit. I mean, I had one of my reviews, I think episode 4, where I was like, I have a bad feeling, and my bad feeling was that Nick was lying to her from the beginning. That was my expectation for a betrayal, and it didn't go that far. I think that's why I'm like, okay, I can deal with this, because we see that Nick betrayed June's trust by telling Commander Wharton about the plan to take the commanders out at the Jezebels. And we even see the context for this, because in my mind I was thinking, oh, he's going to tell them, and he's going to tell him that June is here, and he's going to tell him where June is, and he's going to give June to them. This is how we see them as handmaids. This is because they give June to them, and they try to make an example out of her by making her a handmaid again. Sorry that I'm speaking so fast. They will make her a handmaid again, and like make her an example to everyone, like, you cannot escape. You can do a lot of shit to us, you can do a lot of damage to us, and we will still control you. But no, he didn't give her away. He didn't give Moira away. He didn't give Lawrence away. He didn't give Rita away or Serena away. He didn't give anyone away. And I mean, by all we know, he doesn't have the letters because he gave the letters to Moira. So Moira has the letters. So there's nothing connecting them back to Janine also. So he didn't actually give anyone away. He gave the plans away because baby boy is what? Trying to survive. This is why I think the betrayal wasn't that hard for me, because it was like a justifiable. It isn't, okay? Guys, don't come for me. It isn't justifiable. He should have just, I don't know, been braver or something. But from the perspective of self-defense, of like protecting yourself, it is an understandable betrayal. Like, I understand why he did it, and I understand why he still was able to keep the people's names out of it. But I'm thinking, he did have to give them someone, right? He had to give them someone, because otherwise, how did he explain the fact that he had this knowledge? It's just spy shit? Spy shit. Like, this is what I'm wondering right now. Is this the betrayal? Is this the core of the betrayal? Is this the thing that is going to make up for in episode 9? Is this the ending of the betrayal? Is this all? Because I fear that might be more, because we don't know what they talked about. We don't know if Nick gave him any names. We don't know. Maybe he threw Lawrence under the bus. We don't know. So I'm really afraid of the next episode, when we potentially will know more about what Nick truly told him. I'm just hoping that he did keep June out of it. He kept June out of it. I'm hoping he kept Moira out of it. I'm hoping he kept Janine out of it. I mean, we know she's going to be okay, because we see her as a handmaid in the preview, so we know she's not going to get hurt from the Jezebels. But now that they closed down the Jezebels, you kind of have to wonder where the girls are going. And I'm pretty sure, because we see Janine as a handmaid, I'm pretty sure they're going to, like, the previous handmaids, they're going to continue to use them as handmaids, and then the other girls are going to be sent to the colonies or something. No way in hell they're going to keep them in New Bethlehem. Right? But okay, Nick betrayed June. He had to tell, well, he didn't have to, but he decided to tell Commander Wharton everything to keep himself from the wall, because that was the threat, by the way, that Commander Wharton put on him. All of these lies, you keep lying, baby boy, you keep lying, and you're going to end up at the wall. You're going to end up a body hanging from the goddamn wall. You're going to end up next to Lawrence. I don't think Nick at this point knows the plan for Lawrence, but anyway. You're going to end up at the wall. So he told them everything. And June has to go to Serena. And when Nick said, oh, go to Serena's house, I was like, what? Don't go to Serena's house. But baby girl protected her. What kind of messed up shit is this? Because notice how when June started questioning Serena and telling her, yeah, I'll never forgive you. What you did is unforgivable. Don't compare what you went through to what I went through. What the hell? And Serena immediately pulled out the power card. And I need you guys to remember to all the moments when Serena was in June's turf, was in Canada, and all the moments when June could have had an opportunity to take her out, to pull the power card on her, and she did not. She pulled the power card on Fred, but that one was deserved. She protected Serena. She protected Serena and her baby. And the moment that June, in Serena's turf, tries to question her and to confront her with the cruelty of her actions, she immediately turns to June and has that stupid-ass argument. You know, I try so many times. I try so much to get you to forgive me, and you never forgive me. And she starts being aggressive towards June and telling her, you know, you are in my turf. You should be paying me some more respect. And June literally has to back down. And she can't even tell her the truth. She has to lie and say that she's there for Nick because Serena is an idiot who still believes that June would literally go back to Gilead for to get Nick, to get her boo. Serena. Serena and Aunt Lydia, I'm not even going to talk about Aunt Lydia because Aunt Lydia is at this point so goddamn delusional. The fact that she literally went to Janine with cookies. I'm so sorry I abused you. I'm so sorry I tortured you. I'm so sorry I took part in the oppression that made you a sex slave. Here's some cookies. Demented. But here's the thing, right? Now we know from Nick's conversation with Wharton, we know for a fact that Wharton is not trying to help Nick. That Wharton is a very strange character where he doesn't align with the values of the other commanders, but he also doesn't align with the resistance. He seems to be one of those probably rare commanders who believes in the values of Gilead and isn't willing to twist their values to benefit himself. Like he upholds the same scrutiny to himself as he does to the women. It's just that he's in a system that favors men. We can tell for sure that he's not trying to help Nick. At this point, I think it would be very unlikely that he's secretly trying to help Nick or something, because then why would he break the plans to invade the Jezebels unless he has someone even more powerful breathing down his neck? And he did this the same way that Nick told him the plans of the Jezebels. This is still kind of an impression I have, that Wharton might have someone even more powerful than him doing to him what he's doing to Nick. And so he has to give them something, but he still doesn't give them Nick. Because he knows. I'm gonna keep that footage in because it just saw literally what happened yesterday with the blackout in Europe. It literally just happened again. Exactly the same. I'm gonna keep the footage in. It only lasted a minute this time. They're probably trying to fix stuff and sometimes they have to shut the grid down to fix it. But Jesus, I was scared that it's gonna be another day like this. Anyway, what was I saying? Wharton. That I don't think there is any way that Wharton does not know about Nick, that he doesn't know that Nick is helping June. And there's no way he doesn't know Nick is helping June. There's no way he doesn't know that Nick has ties to Mayday. And when Nick was like, I can't tell you this is I business, it's confidential. It's like, the guy was like, come on, it's not confidential to me, which basically just tells me that he is in on the eye business. Like, he knows what the eyes are doing. He's aware of what's going on, of the espionage missions potentially that exist. So it is quite fair for me to say at this point that Wharton might be keeping Nick around just because he has ties to Mayday and because he has ties to June, and June is to Gilead what Nick is to the US Army and Mayday, their best link to their enemy. But after this, I've also been thinking, Serena, Lawrence, Nick, all these people benefit from New Bethlehem existing. All these people at this point are connected to New Bethlehem. And I think that Serena, now marrying Wharton, does have a tie back to Gilead, but it's going to be the way back to the way things were back then. She's not going to get any revolution. And I mean, by her conversation with June, I don't think baby girl wants to change. She is doing what is best for her. And I mean, after she marries, we see that shot of Serena saying, you're just like the rest of them. And I mean, I'm starting to believe that she's saying that to Wharton after the marriage and after his true colors come out. Because in this episode, we already see him being angry as shit and using his anger and his aggression to manipulate Nick. Because what we also see in this episode is that Nick is very happy working in the shadows. He's very effective and successful doing what he does without anyone confronting him. But the moment that someone is right there in his face saying, I know, confess or be hung, and he can't get out of it. He can't deal with it. He confessed. But this is what I've been saying about Nick. And if you watched my Nick theory video, you know what I'm talking about. Nick is a smart ass guy. Nick is a really smart guy. He's been able to do all of this and still stay in Gilead. And now we know, or have kind of the idea, the inclination that Gilead has been aware of his movements for a while, but kept him there because he's useful, which still means he's quite smart in the way that he's played this. Because if he had gone too overboard with his rebellion, they wouldn't have managed to keep him there because they would have had to make an example out of him. But because he acts in the shadows, because no one knows what he does, because to everyone looking from the outside, he is a commander and he stands with Gilead, it's easier to keep him there because he's still a connection to their enemies. But Nick is smart. From what we know so far from this episode, Nick was able to tell of the plans that were going to happen in Jezebels without incriminating anyone, without putting anyone in risk. Moira, Lawrence, Serena, June, Janine. So however he managed to do that, hopefully without giving anyone's names away, it was very smart of him. And we know, guys, we have to keep up hope. We know that in episode 9, there's going to be a big Nick moment. And I've had someone in the comments suggest that he was going to betray them in some way and then compensate for it. And I like that. So maybe this is what it is. Maybe he did betray them now, but he will compensate for it in episode 9. And if you watch my Nick Theory video, Nick Fury, my Nick Theory video, you will know that what I think he might do in episode 9. But I think it's safe to say at this point that at least Lawrence is going to turn to the revolution, to Mayday, because we have that shot in the preview of him meeting with Mark. So, and also someone commented on my video that the house where Mark and the US Army arrive at in the previews is Lawrence's house. So maybe they touch point there after or during the rebellion. Mark and the US Army goes to Lawrence's first because that's, guaranteed territory that they can go there and be safe and maybe set up a command center or something for the rebellion. But yeah, I feel like Lawrence for sure only has reasons to join Mayday. Serena, after the marriage, after she realizes that she will have to go back to the way things were with Fred, maybe Maybe. I will never, ever, ever grant Serena the possibility of a redemption. Not ever, ever. I know. But she might have a motive to align with Mayday and come out the other side, because Serena survives everything at this point, apparently. So that, and Nick because of June. I mean, the Paris moment was, to me, and let me know what you think, the Paris moment to me was pathetic. Like, pathetic. The moment he came in, stormed in, saying, let's go to Paris, I knew he had messed up. I mean, we knew because we saw the scene before. But I mean, promising to run away with her like that, to me, just means he has no place in Gilead. Because after he told Commander Wharton about the rebellion, I don't know what kind of messed up deal they made, but Nick must be on a very thin line, right? He must be on a very, very thin line. He will probably be heavily controlled from now on. So yeah, that to me was pathetic. And the fact that June was falling for it, baby girl, what about Anna? No, I understand why she would, like, for a moment fall for it. I don't think she would ever go through with it. I don't think, even if they got to the airport, I don't think she would ever do it. I don't think she would, like, forget Anna for that long, or Holly, to leave. And I know Nick was like, oh, your mother can bring Holly to... And there's no way in hell that Holly would take Holly to Paris to be with Nick and June. No way in hell. So yeah, that moment to me was just, I don't know, pathetic from Nick and a little, like, delusional from June. That's what I'm gonna say. But about the next episodes and the rest of the season, this episode, the entirety of it took place in, like, the night from episode 5 and the following morning. Like, that was it. That was the whole episode. And I don't know when they're going to put Serena's wedding, but to me, it can't be past the beginning of episode 8. Because after Serena's wedding, we see the handmaids run at some point to somewhere, and then we see them all at the Red Center, we see them all being hung, and I mean, the hanging has to be episode 9, execution, so the wedding has to be sometime before, so maximum episode 8, and I was expecting to see already some preparations in this episode, but no, it was all like in 12 hours, like the whole episode was like 12 hours, so yeah, my kind of theories from my Nick theory video kind of stands for the rest of the season. I already had considered this, that the wedding could take place a bit further and the hanging could be episode 9 and all that stuff. So if you want to know my take on it, you can watch that video. I'm not going to repeat it here, because I've already said it. And I don't think anything that happened here really changed things much. The one thing that I'll say that I was absolutely wrong about, and it already broke my heart because it has a very bad meaning, is there was this one shot where it's the shot that we saw in this episode of them kissing and the Paris stuff. I thought this shot was going to be at the end of everything because June was wearing normal clothes. She wasn't dressed as a Martha. She wasn't dressed as a handmaid, nothing like that. And I thought, okay, this is after everything. It's at the very end. So they will be together at the end. But no, this was right now, guys. This was right now. So at this point, we don't have anything that indicates to us how they are going to be in episode 9, episode 10. And remember what I told you, we don't see Nick doing the goddamn rebellion. We don't see him fighting. We don't see him back at the house. We don't see him. So yeah, if you want to know more about my ideas, watch my Nick Fury video. And I just stopped saying Nick Theory and I'm just saying Nick Fury. Well, and that's it for me today. I hope there's not another blackout, like, please. And yeah, I will come back next week. I will probably drop another theory video because I have something that I want to talk about that will be significant for this season and the testaments. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. If you want to support me in the work that I do in this channel, you can join my membership on YouTube or you can join me on Patreon. I do weekly reviews there as well. And yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Actually, I'll also see you tomorrow, probably.